Hello, my dear Pisces. This is your love and spirituality reading for the time between December 16 to December 31st, 2016, with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. So I will start shuffling your cards. December 21, we will have the midwinter solstice, the darkest night, no, the longest night of the year in the northern hemisphere, since the South Pole will be tilted towards the sun, which have reached its southernmost position in the sky, and we will be over the Tropic of Capricorn. December 21 till 22, we will also have the Ursids meteor shower, and December 29, we will have the new moon in daytime, kind of marking the new year. So, I call the divine with love and light, and I call the four archangels in the four corners of the world, and I call the six elements, earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether, to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear Pisces. I want my dear Pisces to have love in their lives and to find themselves having creative success and walking on their highest path towards their highest destiny. So, my dear Pisces, you had a few jumpers, 5 of Wands, 6 of Swords, 8 of Cups. So we'll see if they show up in the reading, but it's about conflict and how to solve them and should I stay and should I go, things like that. So I will just tune in a few seconds. Okay. So, my dear Pisces, this is your future, this is your now, and this is the past. The now is probably the last part of December 2016, but whenever you watch this, it's probably exact right time to see it. So, okay, the first card for you is 3 of Wands. So 3 of Wands, it's kind of going into a negotiation. You have dreamt of something. You have planned, you have longed for something, and you have come to some conclusion about what you really want. This is number 3, so it's Trinity. It's working together with the divine and your soul, highest purpose to reach your goal. So we see this man in the picture. He's standing at the shoreline on a cliff and looking out of on the ships coming and going, kind of deciding what his future will look like. He has the back turned against us. It might be a person leaving, or it might be you leaving for a new adventure. You want more experience. You want to be able to fulfill your life, to do something that's going to make you happy. It can be reaching out and meeting new people. It can be having more adventure in your life, more love, more life, more happy things happening to you. So it's kind of a longing. We had 2 of Wands. It's kind of not the time yet, but with 3 of Wands, it's open. Now it's time. It's time to take the leap, kind of. So the next card for you is Page of Swords. So Page of Swords is a child. It's pure air. So air is it's the heavens. It's very close to the divine, but it can sometimes be very emotional, like a person being very clear-minded but not having too much contact with their feelings. So this can be a person that has separated themselves a bit from their feelings to be able to make a judgment call, and it's very close to the kind of person that they were when they came. It's a child, so it's like you have been seeing truth your whole life. You have been able to see something, but you might not have been able to voice it. But together with the 3 of Wands, that's kind of a discussion or going into a partnership deal or a negotiation. With the Page of Swords, that's you actually taking your first step to trust yourself and your instincts and your truth, and kind of aligning yourself with what you want. It might be baby steps, like the first time you ever tried to actually do something that's for you, and where you believe in yourself and believe that you have the answers of what to do that's best for you. So it's a bit young energy, so it's a bit like you might wobble a little bit, but I think you are rather sure of yourself anyway. It's just that you are not used to do things like this, like really tell people exactly how things are. And this Page of Swords is a bit revolutionary energy. It wants to destroy the old and bringing in the new. So it might be that you are going to destroy some altars in your life, or some kind of convention, like ideas that's very stable and firm and socially accepted, but not by you. So it's an eagle here also. So you have been having this eagle eye perspective on the matter, also from standing on this cliffs. You have seen things from above, and you have understand one or two things about yourself, and what you want, and the kind of person that you are. This is kind of a little bit of an awakening of knowing more who you are and what you want. So it's a kind of a starting point where you actually believe that you feel convinced that it's a good thing to listen to your inner voice, and it is, because this is energy that's going to get you somewhere. It's very it's kind of not very, it's like you don't want to compromise with what you have seen, with what you have envisioned for your life. And that's a very good thing, because that won't leave you with what you don't want. It will actually keep you going, moving towards the goal that is what you really want. So this is a good thing. It might be a child in your life, or a young person, or a person taking their first step in some new endeavor also. We have another child here, and it's the Page of Pentacles, so it's Earth. It's the opposite of the Page of Swords, but they are yet very connected. So they are... the air is above the earth, so they are always together but yet separated. So Page of Pentacles is it's kind of having a mission, coming down to earth, being that kind of plant that you are supposed to be, or like being yourself, and by being yourself you kind of following your mission on earth, and this being the mission, she's holding it up, what she wants to manifest, like as above so below. So this is a very brave thing, and to actually be able to be aligning yourself with you and who you are, and kind of admitting this to everyone, that this is who I am, and I'm not going to fight myself anymore. I'm going to align myself with me, and this is me. So it seems like people all over the world is becoming more and more individualistic. They are becoming more like not being able to go against their own will, and this is very aligned with your will, and also the divine's will. We see all the wands here is directed upwardly, so it's like a communication between the spirits and with you, and this is making you more sure to actually believe in yourself, and believing in your own thoughts and your own dreams for your life, and what you want to create here this short time that you have on earth. So next card is Four of Wands, so that's even more beautiful. Four of Wands is actually coming to some conclusion from this negotiation. So it might be two people going into a negotiation, actually being able to solve this, and making a new foundation for themselves. And what you have on your inside is also what you have on your outside. So of course this could be two people, one being more logic and the other one being more practical, and wants to like a more doer person, more thinker, more doer. And this one is more pure and honest and not so afraid. Maybe this is more a watchful person. You see this on his pose. And she is more open and unguarded. So this might be two people, you and some other. You need to use your own intuition to tell who's who. It might also be two persons in your life that's very important to you. Maybe two children. And but this is, if you see them on your outside, they will also be on your inside, because life is almost like a dream, and dream can be interpreted like everything that happens in a dream is you. Everything that happens in your life is you. So that's a very good mirror. You can see exactly what you are doing to yourself by what others are doing to you, for example. So you might have these two people inside of you, even if they're also on the outside. That was what I wanted to say. And it seems like those two archetypes, those very different archetypes, air and earth, will come to some kind of conclusion. Like this guardedness together with this openness, this smartness together with this unconditional love will bring forth something, a new stability. So it might be that that you have made this kind of connection within you, that you not always have to be very judgmental and on your guard, but sometimes you do. And you don't always have to be unconditional in love and outgiving, but sometimes you do. So it seems like you have, for me, looking on the outside, it looks like a person starting loving themselves and building a new foundation within themselves, where they don't have to go with the instinctual patterns, like just react out of their projections or old patterns, but actually being able to act very truthfully in a situation. Being able to speak their mind, but also show their true purpose, like what they really want, what they are really dreaming of. And it's going to create a new stability, because it's like if you're always in tune to being nice, you will be nice always also against people that's not so nice towards you, because you have this in tuning that I want to be nice. And if you are judgmental, you are going to be judgmental to everyone and miss a lot of chances with beautiful people. But if you are not like have a setting or a survival strategy, but just being purely you in every situation, you might react a little bit more impulsively. And when someone is rude to you, you will tell them that they're rude. And when they are nice to you, you will tell them that they are nice and what you think of that and how much you like them and so on. So that's creating like a new stability within you. And this can also be two people deciding that they kind of belong together, opposites attracts. So binding your bonds together, and this flower is kind of celebrating. It's a very openness. So it's it might be a relationship, a work, a house, something that's have been created out of free will. Because it's no forcing energy here. It's very like it has no walls, it has no roof. So it's a very like everyone that's here, they are here by their free will because they want to be there. So it's a free will, a choice of free will. This is also talking about you having this ability to have your free will. So you can choose to be either smart and see things from above and being able to make a judgment call, or being more trusting and like, well, I will see where it goes. I will follow this because it feels right. So you can be more fluid because you have a center within you, and you have created some values. Like before you have kind of stabilized yourself with this is who I am, this is what I like, this is what I don't like, this is what I can accept, this is what I can't accept. So it seems like you're more sure of yourself, and therefore you can have this stability and fluctuate between different way of reacting towards your surrounding, instead of having one stable way that you're always reacting to because you have chosen a survival strategy, how to be loved or how to make it, kind of. And here we have a Nine of Swords. So Nine of Swords is Gemini. It's kind of when you question yourself, or it might be a little bit of conflict between those two still. Like you might think that, well, they are out to hurt me, and the other person says, but I want to give this another chance because I want to have the chance of happiness. I want to try again. I have this willingness. I have this hope, because she's like a flower, so she's always trying to reach the sun. So, there's a lot of obstacles in the way for a seed to grow against the light. So she's relentless with this. So it might be you going a bit back and forth here, not really knowing who to trust, yourself, other persons. And so it can be a little bit of trouble sleeping, and this questioning going on inside your head. And it also might be that you fear people being cruel to you. But with this new foundation, I wouldn't fear this so much, because if they are, you will react very naturally and tell them that they are cruel to you. And you won't be a victim. You will take necessary actions also with this. You won't stay in a situation that's not healthy, because you have built a healthy foundation for yourself. So this might be also some past experience that still haunts you. You might still, it's kind of a little bit of a momentum. If you have had a certain pattern in your life where you have created a certain kind of clientele in your life that's kind of either maybe clinging or needy towards you, or and not letting you be you, and kind of want you to change all the time, or maybe the other way around, that people are kind of pushing your way and showing you that they don't need you in your life. And it can be so many different patterns that we have. I just gave you 2 examples that's, I think, is common for those 2 personality types. So there might be still a momentum, like even if you have created this platform out of self-love, and you know your values and how you want to be treated and how you want to treat others, and you are getting more and more close to your core, you might still meet a lot of people that's acting in the same way that they have done in your life before. If you look at your life, you will see a lot of patterns repeating itself that isn't repeating itself in someone else's life. They have their own patterns. And those patterns are projections, and it's memory of trauma. So people are kind of recreating that trauma again and again in their life to find a way to solve it. It's kind of having the same nightmare over and over again until you're able to solve it. So this might still happen. Like you might still attract the same kind of people that and create the same kind of drama. But this is actually your chance to go through this drama wide awake. And that's when you are able to solve it, and you don't have to relive the nightmare again and again. So yes, it might reappear, this thing that you have fight so hard to, the pattern you have fight so hard to get out of, it might still repeat itself. But you will go into this now with a new platform, new values for yourself, how you want to be treated, with a new self-love security. So it's kind of a test, you can say, but it's also like, even if you have come this far, you still have things in your luggage that still hurts. So you are not finished until you're finished. It's what I can see, that it still will be traumas that you need to solve. You have come to one conclusion, one platform, and that's a great way to continue. But there's still things that haunt you, that's kind of wants to be have your attention. Because this pain or these thoughts, they are not there to torment you. They are there to make you aware, to make you awake. And practically enough, you have the sun here, and that's being wide awake. This is a child again, as the Page of Swords and the Page of Pentacles, sitting on a white horse. That's your known feelings. You are not afraid of those feelings anymore, so you can see them in full light. So you see the white horse, you see the feelings, you don't deny them, you haven't made them a shadow anymore. They might come at night still, but they are not your shadow, because you give them attention, you read your feelings like a book, you stay with them, you give them attention, and therefore you are going to heal them. And you can't take darkness into a shiny day. There needs to be absence of light to darkness to come. So when you have your attention, when you are wide awake, this is going to heal. It's going to, everything that's exposed to light will self-become light. So, and here we have this light in your now. And this is a young person. And they have the sun here, their soul. So they have a very nice connection with their soul. And it's also these sunflowers here promising very beautiful harvest, like a beautiful, it's hope here. It's hope and rejoice and happiness. So this is going to lead to something very good, because you have the Three of Wands on top of this, the Sun card, and this is communication. Also with your divine, with your source, like your soul, but also with other people. So I think you are going to be able to communicate what you see in the light. So you are going to see patterns and projections and people's behavior, and you are going to be very relaxed with this in your center, like with the Four of Wands. So you are going to be able to tell them with love and warmth, like what you see. And so this is very beautiful. This is a card of healing and enlightenment, because enlightenment isn't a tricky thing. It's just being awake. When you drive from one town to another town, and you are coming forward to that town and you don't remember the road, that's when you have been asleep. If you remember the road, like you remember the houses, the cars that you have passed by, and what you thought of on the way and everything, that's when you are awake. And people are, they can be too tired to be awake. It's kind of it's hard to be awake. It's sometimes also boring. So that's when you become dull and asleep. So you need to, a good way to find yourself well awake is to feel your feelings, to make the horse white, to be aware of what you are feeling inside your body. And that's when you can't think and kind of stress out yourself. And you are not going to be asleep either. You are going to be awake and feel your feelings inside your body, being aware of this white, beautiful horse. Your feelings is your engine. They are going to make you go in the right direction. So, and here we have the Emperor. Emperor is sometimes Aries. He has the Aries figure here. So he's the head, the master of humanity, like the person that's kind of the leader. And this is a very firm person. Like, this is a person that has a kingdom, and they know what they want to have in their kingdom. They are also taking loving responsibility for others. So it's both responsibility for yourself, for your goals, what you want to create, and also for the people in your life. So it's something here, because sometimes the Emperor is shown as the rebel, and we also have a little Page of Swords rebel here. So maybe this Emperor is thinking a little bit of a peaceful revolution here, making something even better in their empire, making something even more clear to the inhabitants of this kingdom. And it's coming from the Three of Wands, also with communication. And the Emperor is a very good card for reaching your goals, because it's boundaries, self-control, willpower being aimed in one direction. So it's very relentless, the Emperor card. When you are in the Emperor energy, you are still able to listen to others, but you have your goal very clear, and you have your firm values and boundaries and everything. So it's very much like those two cards are. It's self-love and being like trusting yourself and trusting the road that you have chosen. Even if it will make out to be a mistake, you will go this road, and you can't stop yourself, because it's kind of also an experience that you need in your life. And here we have yet another 3. 3 is very good cards because it's talking about work you do together with others. And the 3 of Cups is a very harmonious work you do with others. It's kind of those situations where you're faced with others, and they're them being like not like you, but anyway being able to compromise with them and build things with them, harmony, new agreements, new goals, understanding between. So it's kind of making a very harmonious thing here, wanting to cooperate, wanting to be nice towards each other. So it might be also 2 persons here, even though the Emperor has this 3 of Wands here. So he wants to negotiate too. But this Page of Pentacles with the 3 of Cups underneath is maybe more willing to give and take. So we need to be a little bit aware here that even if the Emperor is opened for business here and to go into a negotiation, the Page of Pentacles is much more willing to make agreements, while this person is more going to stand up for what they believe in. So it still might be the Page of Pentacles that's giving too much in this situation. But I think that with the Page of Swords here and the Emperor meeting with the Page of Pentacles, they could lower their guard because the Page of Pentacles won't hurt them. They want to negotiate in a very beautiful and like a win-win situation kind of way. And this might be what the Emperor needs to be very well aware of, so the situation doesn't turn into a cruel situation where this more strong person might take advantage of this person being more outgiving and loving. Oh, this is great. Here it's balancing up, okay? Because this is the Knight of Swords, and it coming in kind of the Page of Pentacles corner. So it seems like the Page of Pentacles has been able to take in this Page of Swords Emperor energy. And so they have experienced something. They have seen something outside themselves that they can have good use of. So this is exactly why we are in this game and meeting other people and wanting to. This is how things are being born, like how you can see something, a personality trait with another person. And when you are going into a relationship with that person, you are going to learn from them. So it seems like the Page of Pentacles has been able to learn how to negotiate in a way that's they are kind of fighting for their right. So this is again what I saw earlier, that you have been able to take in. You don't have to follow your patterns anymore. If people are making you mad, you are going to tell them, this is making me angry, this is not what I want, and stand for what you believe in, stand for your truth. This is again Gemini, so it might be that the Page of Pentacles is thinking that I am cruel for doing this, so they might be a bit ashamed or feel that this is not really me, but I think that it's just you are not used to doing like this and to stand up for your beliefs, and you don't want to hurt anyone. It's clear as day with the 3 of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. So, but you are also in love with yourself here. 4 of Wands, you have this inner security, so you don't want to. You respect yourself too much to be letting yourself be treated badly. That's the only that's the thing that's making you still do this, even though you might be ashamed of yourself. But you don't need to be ashamed of yourself, because you have just learned a new skill which you can use when people are being cruel to you. This is the card for cruelty, that you have been badly treated and have gotten some trauma. And sometimes you give this trauma to yourself by the thoughts that you think in your head. You're hurting your body with this. You're hurting yourself. Since it's Gemini, it will go back and forth a little bit with you. Like you want to say something to a person and you might do it because you're more impulsive now, and kind of it just blurs out. And afterwards you might feel like, oh my God, that wasn't really in my characteristic, what happened? But calm yourself down in those situations, because it's just you learning a new skill, step by step. We had children before, and this is a knight, and this is an emperor. So I think the emperor is more skilled in their inner child, might be a little bit more judgmental and a little bit more like on the guard. And so you are just learning how to do like them, how to protect you like they do. So it's like a fertilizing situation and a fertilizing relationship between those two, because you are learning how to stand up for your own beliefs. And I think the emperor is learning how to see things from other people's perspective and just not their own, like how to take responsibility for others, children, people that we kind of care for. So this might be a woman or a man. It doesn't really matter. It's a masculine energy. So it's an energy of having control, putting out boundaries, being very sure of yourself. But it seems like this emperor might have waken up to some kind of self-realization that it's good also to take care of others. I will benefit from this, because an emperor without a kingdom is not an emperor, that's an hermit. So it's not the same thing. So he wants people in his life, and he needs to be nice enough to have people in his life. So he needs to listen to others as well. It's not the kind of world anymore where we can force people with brute force to stay by our side, or to say, well, if you leave, you won't have any money, because people are getting more and more individualistic. So we are being able to take care of ourselves. And here's the 10 of Pentacles. So that's a very good thing. It seems like this situation with people being able to take in their opposite energy, and one being more nice and understanding, and the other one being more aligning with themselves, is going to make a very good situation, because this is a 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Earth. It's like this, it's a place of value. Maybe you will be a friend, lifelong friends, or you will be a couple with someone, or the family will be in harmony. You might be growing old together, have children, being grandparents, getting a dog, a house. So this is a place of value. It seems like this situation is fertilizing itself, so it's going to be very prosperous. It seems like it will be a balanced situation. And you have like the card for building new houses, relationship, also cooperations, or starting a new like career, or getting more paid at work will actually happen in this situation, just because both sides have been fertilizing one another. So one has learned to take more responsibility for others, and one has learned to take more responsibility for themselves. So it's very beautiful. It's almost perfect. Yes. Okay. So, and here's your future, dear Pisces. And here comes the Knight of Cups, little Pisces person. And it comes underneath the Three of Wands and the Sun. So this is a situation where you have realized something, both of what you want, who you are, and also who maybe you want to be with. It might be like you have searched and searched everywhere, and you might find the person like right in front of your nose. It's some kind of realization here. It's clear as day. It might be like a person that has been very like standing up just for themselves, but now being able to see another side of the situation, like a Picasso painting. They can be very confusing, but it's kind of seeing the same face or the same situation from many different angles. And with this, what I see, it's like a person having a little bit of epiphany and being able to see something very clearly, and therefore in a very just way, and therefore being able to make a very good judgment call. And Knight of Cups is not only for you, Pisces. It's also for, it can be any person. It might be another person in your life that actually have made some kind of self-realization here, and coming and granting you a gift, or you will do this self-realization and grant someone else a gift. Like being able to say like yes, okay, I know what you, I see what you come from. I hear what you say. I understand you. I believe you. I trust you. I'm sorry also. I'm sorry for didn't being able to see this before, but now I see. So it's like being able to breathe here, because a person, the penny is kind of dropping down, and this is an aha moment where you kind of realize that the one that you have been fighting might be your friend, or something else where this kind of turns into a very harmonious and beautiful situation, because you have seen something with a very clear mind and true like enlightenment. Stepping out of your old patterns and actually seeing the truth without those tainted glasses of being maybe fearful and judgmental, or being overly trusting. And underneath the Emperor, beautifully enough, we have the Empress, and that's usually signifies that the person that you are currently with, it's probably the person. If you have a love relationship, and it might have been some difficulties, you have been very much unlike each other, it still seems like it's supposed to be you. But it might also be, since this is a situation that just have balanced itself out, because people have made new experience and taking in new personality traits that might have been dormant in them before. Because for the Page of Pentacles, for example, they couldn't stand up for themselves, because they thought they would be judged by this. They thought that people will leave them or hate them or whatever. So they felt very ashamed when they standed their ground. But now they have realized that this is a good thing, and it has brought new stability. So with this balanced situation, it might also be a balance within you, that the masculine and the feminine within you is now very balanced out. But from a more practical point of view, it seems like the Emperor here, the person that has taken the masculine side of things, like being very cautious and judgmental and pointing out enemies, and being very like self-orientated, my career, my thing, what I want, has now being able to see things very clearly and kind of bearing gifts to the feminine side. The feminine side is more unconditional love, outgiving. So it seems like the Emperor is no longer like taking the Empress for granted in that way that he can just come and steal her stuff. I say her, but it might as easily be a him. That he needs to, it needs to be balanced. So it's very beautiful. And it seems like a aha moment happening here. Good. Underneath the Page of Pentacles, 3 of Cups, and we have the 5 of Pentacles. It's also coming after the Empress. So the 5 of Pentacles is the card of, it's kind of those situations where a person says, I always give and give and give, and I never receive. Why isn't there any people in the world that can be outgiving like me? Because you feel that someone has stolen your stuff. They have stolen your love. They have left you empty, and therefore this all this love that you wanted to give, it's ending up in a snowy landscape, and this tree is not bearing any fruit. It had a lot of potential, and it will also when spring comes. but everything now is buried in snow. So I get the feeling that the Page of Pentacles, the feminine side of this, have been waiting for a long time for someone to love them back as they are loving other people. But this is also telling something else, and that is that the Page of Pentacles loved others because they wanted to be loved themselves. So they gave things to others that they wanted to have back, but they never thought about loving themselves this much so that they would get what they want. They kind of laid flat on the ground and say, please, please love me. Like a martyr a little bit, like this. Oh, why are people so cruel towards me? And what's on your inside will be on your outside. So if you don't love and respect yourself and be able to fight for what you believe in and fight for your rights, no one else will do it either. So that's why you can't find anyone that love you the way that you love others, because you don't love yourself enough to protect yourself from danger. So this is actually this turning point where you need to see this and decide to do differently. Like from now on, I will protect myself. I won't put myself last in the line. And you see also that it comes from the Three of Wands, the Emperor, and the Five of Pentacles. So it seems like by you getting this realization, also the Emperor will get this realization. And maybe they are going to start feeling a little bit like the thing that this side of the person has been feeling. Like they may also get the feeling of being outcast and not loved and things like this. So before, when the Emperor could align with just themselves, they were very sure and they had a lot of confidence. But now it seems to shatter a little bit because it might be because their spouse might have taken, because of the cruel treatment here, they have started saying no, and this is making the Emperor kind of crumble in their stability. Okay, so be aware also that when you change yourself in a big way, be compassionate towards others, because you might have worked on this change for years, but for them, when you start showing it on the outside, it will be like news. So they need time to adjust to your new way of behavior. And your new way of behavior is, of course, going to teach them one thing or two about how to treat other people, but it won't go overnight, and they might react in a way that they feel like, oh, that person doesn't love me anymore, and they will leave because they think the relationship is off. It's gone because the love is gone, they think, just because this person has started to speak their mind. So there needs to be a little bit of transition time where you can take things a little bit slow. Both people seems to have like their foundation a little bit scattered, and you can't change this overnight. Rome wasn't built on one day. So, and here you have a Four of Swords, and it comes underneath the Four of Wands and the Knight of Swords. So it seems like one person in this reading will actually freeze the other one out, and it seems like it will be this Page of Pentacles that has been giving a lot of love, because this comes an offering, but the Emperor seemed to think like, well, it's too late a little bit, and they are very frosty here. Because they have experience of not being loved and being not getting the same back which they have been giving. So they might think that the scary thing that happened in their past will repeat itself. But with the 10 here and the 4 of Wands, I think there's still hope. It might be a time where both sides of this needs to digest what have happened. So it might be advised to take some time apart and just digest and let things settle, and kind of it's kind of when you learn something new, your brain needs time, maybe 2 weeks, to make new synapses in the brain connecting in new different way. And next time you will try this, you will be much better on it. So it seems like this time is what needed to kind of settle with this new thing that you have learned, to be able to stand up for your own beliefs. So, and here's the star card. So it seems like the game is still on, because this might be your waters and the other party's waters, and you're mixed together in the river of time, and it's the star here. So you're still guided, and it seems like time is just needed, and there will be another go of this. There will be more to say about this. And it seems like the Emperor side here might be a little bit like they are farther advanced in this because of the Knight of Cups, that it seems like they are more sure, they have seen more, they have understand more, while this side is more hurt. They have been a little bit like manhandled or oppressed, so they might have a little bit of trust issue here. But it seems like with a little digestion, they might come back and be able to trust the offerings from the Emperor side here. And the stars is still there, kind of guiding you. And I think this will work out just fine. It's just that things need to have time to stabilize. Okay, so I will take some cards from the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. Yes, we have the Dream Walker, dreams, collective good, illusions. So that's what I was talking about, this with driving the car and not remember the road. It's when you are a little bit asleep and you have been trying to be in a certain way, maybe being very nice, because you thought that this will give you happiness and fulfillment and people loving you. Or you might have been very judgmental, since you saw that people are not trustworthy and you need to sort which could be trusted. So you might have had different approach to this, but now it's time to wake up from this dream. We have a storch here, and also a lizard, kind of pointing to change and fertilization and new things being born. And it's also together with the sun, it's an awakening from this old patterns. So, and you are doing this in a collective matter. So it's not just like they were cruel to me, and I will never ever forgive them, as the Knight of Swords seems to be thinking. Everyone has their road, and when you are asleep, you just follow your patterns. So the other person followed their pattern as you followed your patterns, and no one is like good and evil here. We are just in 3D, so we are taking different positions. Next time it will be you maybe coming down and having this more cruel demeanor. So you will be as clueless. So it's just we are taking opposite side because we want to experience things from different directions. So we are just here to experience. It's kind of a video game. So don't be a hater. Try to forgive, because when you are waking up and taking in a new kind of personality trait, expanding yourself, you're also doing this for others. It's kind of going to be spread like rings on water. And here we have the Horse King. So it seems like the person in your life here, it might be you, that's the Emperor, or it might be another person. So if you have a person in your life that's kind of not trusting you right now, you need to keep proving that you are this knight on the white horse, and that you want to be of assistance, and that you want to take care, like what we saw with the Emperor here, being a caretaker, being able to take responsibility. And for the Emperor's kind of side here, that's a bit untrusting. This is a chance that you have to actually reach your dreams. So don't step out of this chance just because of all the things that have went underneath the bridge. New days are coming. You have learned a new skill, so you won't let anyone treat you that way ever again. And this is a chance. This is you having mighty helpers in your life, the stars, but also the emperor, I think, that's currently here. They have teach you a lesson of how to take care of yourself. So it wasn't just to be cruel, it was for you to have this experience. So you need to see things from like a little bit from above. Sometimes the cruelest persons in our life is teaching us the most valuable lesson. And that doesn't mean that you need to forgive them. You don't need to do that. Maybe you can just say, well, thank you for the lesson and move on. So that will be a choice, of course. But digest the situation a little bit and evaluate and then decide what to do next. Follow the guidance of your inner state. Oh, so we have trees here and monk or nun. So trees are usually that connection with other people is going way back through eternity. And monk or nun, it can be very different things. And I want you to use your own intuition, what you are feeling. But for me, it's kind of... don't run around with other people if you love one person. Try to choose one. Don't be so needy that you always need to have people in your surrounding like Band-Aid. I want to see more chivalry here, like being more trustworthy to one person. If you love one person, stay in love with them as long as you are. And when you don't love them anymore, then you can go out finding a new person. It might be other way around. Sometimes if you are the empath, you might need another relation to kind of hook you off the other person's spell, because sometimes it can be very hard. But also for you, I want you to think twice that maybe there's other things that's needed, because it seems like you have very strong connection, and also that it might be like destined in some way, and that this is the plan. So it's indicated that take this time off, but maybe not to find another love. But for some other, it might be other thing, like sometimes we have we have certain patterns in our life restricting us from doing what we really want because we try to be good persons. And maybe it's time the other way around to kind of let this go, to not be so up in rules and regulations. So it will be different for different people, and you will use your own intuition to kind of know which it is. So next time we'll meet, I will be reading for the new year, 2017. So I want to wish you Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and take really good care. Okay, bye-bye.